There was one guy who used to come in, and you know what you're talking about, like smells. There was one guy, and I won't name him, like, but he had 100 grand in his current account, and oh my god, did he stink? And it was like mold, like he had
when
seen mold
he'd
on
left
his
his washing in for like 2 hours after it had finished. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like mold and like soil and stuff, and it was just or dirt under his fingernails and stuff.
100
and
grand.
He was horrible. Like he was really like a vile person, and I'd just sit there thinking, yeah, like it's 20p for some soap. Do you know what I mean? Just get a wash.
But he's not buying soap. He's not buying deodorant. He's not paying for the fucking water, and that's how he's got 100 grand in the bank.
He's got no
He was on the
friends.
dole. He was on the dole, and he was just saving it all.
I love that. Just being able to see everyone's money. Like, so you're basically every time someone came up, you're seeing the fucking smelly horror in front of you, and then looking at their bank balance, going, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Like money just loses all meaning in the bank because you can be loading up the ATMs with like hundreds of thousands of pounds, and you're just like,
what's the most money you've ever held in your hand? Cash.
It was probably a couple of hundreds when we were loading in.
Couple of 100 grand.
Yeah. When we were loading the ATM.
You're never tempted.
But
to just rub it on your boobs a little bit. Like, yeah. Like, what a great way to get sacked.
In the first sort of like 6 months, you're like that going, oh my God, when you see like millions of pounds in people's accounts, you're a bit like, But after a while, it's just like, say, it's just numbers.
I don't think... You worked there for what, 6 years? So, me and Carl, if either of us worked in a bank for 6 years, there's absolutely no way we wouldn't have spent at least an afternoon with a pen and paper trying to figure out how to rob it. Did it never cross your mind once? Like, how do I do? How can I get something?
No.
That's fucking... I don't believe you.
I'm a good person.
Every time I'm in the bank and the tray's open, I fucking imagine it.
I don't want to go to jail.
Yeah, but you're Robin Hood.
Prison cell block H.
You're Robin Hood though, aren't you? You're robbing from the bank to give to the poor.
No, that doesn't work if it's yourself.
It does.
No, that's not.
It does if you're poor.
This is Robin Hood. No. It's like Robin Hood. Someone's got money and I haven't, and I want it. So I'm like Robin. That's basically saying all theft is Robin Hood like.
Just eat the rich.
Yeah, there was this nana who had like a fucking purse of money, and I had just run out of money because I'd spent it on smack. So I robbed her like Robin Hood. No. Did you give the money to anyone poor? No, I'm fucking poor. I kept it for smack. Amazing logic. I love
it. Like, I wouldn't keep it. Let's say me and him got 100 grand each. I'd have given me dad a bit, me ma, me little brother.
And they'd all be accessories to your crime then.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have told them. I'd be like, I won it on a scratch card. Yeah.
How would they, when they're like, Adam, can I pull you in? Adam and Carl, obviously here at fucking Barclays, Sefton or wherever we are, we've got a pretty strict policy on nicking fucking money. There is 200 grand missing from when you were in work. What would your excuse be like? Oh shit, that door was open for a bit
like,
over there.
No, right.
Everything's dual control, so like you can't have like the same set of keys and stuff like that.
So you need two people.
Yeah.
Laughing.
There you go, Carl.
There we go.
Adam,
yeah. Go on, ask me.
Go get a job in the bank.
Go on, ask me where it's gone.
Adam, can you just stop what you're doing for a second? Could you stop what you're doing? Because you know,
I've got to put this fucking money in.
Can you stop typing? Because you're not actually typing. You're just tapping the side of your Apple Mac. Thank you. Could you stop doing? We were, and I don't want to start this off in a negative way, but I would hate to accuse you personally. But there's 200 grand missing, and you and Sensei Carl were the only ones in the Barclays at the time.
Nah, can't have been. Must have been someone else here.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll close our investigation, and thanks so much for your time. There was a guy came in, and he had a hood, and he was like a Nottingham Forest fan.
Didn't rob it. Prove it.
Wasn't me.
Well, we've got security cameras.
We wore gloves. You've got no fingerprints.
Wore gloves to tap send on the
I wouldn't have robbed it digitally. That's a fucking nightmare. You want the cash.
Right.
Or security deposit boxes. Because no one knows what's in them.
You've watched so many films, haven't you? How are you getting anywhere near security deposit boxes?
Keys.
I've got all the keys.
He's got all the keys.
From where?
My job, innit? Mr. Keys.
At Barclays. I love how into this fucking fantasy, Carl. I've got the keys.
He's got the keys.
You've got to make sure you're on opposite sets of keys.
We wouldn't even have them.
Steph knows.
What we'd do is, I'd get him the job, but I'd tell him how to smash the interview and that.
Be
Right?
the shittest film. You'd be in prison in like the 28th minute of the film. The heist of the century. It'd be like, it's an hour and a half long.
Get him
an
the
hour
job.
of just you going, fuck that up.
Get him the job, but like not like overtly. So I tell him how to pass the interview and that. And then on the second day, we just have a massive brat. I'm like, fucking hate you. And he's like, I hate you as well. And then for months and months, 2 years, we're just constantly, like, every time his name gets brought up, I'm like, I fucking hate him. I hate him.
We do
and
that
he's
anyway.
doing the same. And then when it all gets robbed and we're the only two on shift, they'll be like, what can't have been them? They hate each other.
Yeah. By that reasoning, there's a comedian I can think of. I think we're robbing a bank together quite soon. Because I'm done with that cunt. Steph, how would you have got sacked? You imagining winning the lottery and going in and like your daydream was, if I won 20 million,
Oh, I'd tell them all that they stink.
Would you just walk in and be like, fuck yeah?
Yeah, I'd just tell them exactly what was on my mind. Going, they come and go, can I just cancel a direct debit, please? Yeah, if you go home and get a wash first. I mean,
I love that.
Can you imagine if you were trying to get sacked and they were like, okay, I will. And they just took the advice.
That's something we've never discussed. So on this podcast, like a handful of times, we've done the lottery fantasy. Like you win 100 million, what are you doing, whatever. That's something we've never discussed. You've got a shit job that you don't want. Would you just quietly leave or go out all guns blazing? And I've had that fantasy about 1 million times, just fucking bouncing in and being like, just being a dickhead on that last day.
Yeah, it wouldn't have taken long for me to be escorted off the premises, definitely, because I mean, I was angry at that job. I hated that job.
I'd have waited for the manager I didn't like, and I've got Ryan from Envy in my head. Remember him? Let's say I still work at Envy, and he comes in and speaks to me the way he normally does. Oh, I'd just love like to just see his face when he goes, Adam, go and mop that floor. And I go, why don't you suck my fucking dick? And just watch him go.
And then he starts trying to suck your dick, and then it goes off.
Like the Blinken man gift.
Yeah, just.
But you're not working there anymore. You're fantasizing about winning the lottery and then going back in time.
One last shift,
applying
though.
to Envy.
Hi, Envy. I'd like to. Adam, you're doing great. Your career's going really good. You got a hit podcast. You don't need the work. Yeah, I do. Is Ryan still there? I just want to do one shift with him. Fuck you, Ryan. Like,
Yeah, but Danny's going to come in and tell you what he thinks of you.
Oh, mate, that'd be harsh, wouldn't it? Especially on mic. Like, hi guys, we've had some emails. Dan, can I just stop you there? You fucking nonsense. Do you know the worst thing is? That would be a normal podcast. It'd be weird.
Funny.
What would you do? 100 million. You just check your phone now.
Yeah.
What would you do? 100 mil. What would you do?
Oh, I'd buy a big house down in damn.
You've already got a fucking massive house, haven't you?
You can always go bigger.
Can you though?
Bigger is better.
That's what they say.
I'd keep it secret. That's my, I don't want any fucker knowing. I'd come in and be like, right, mate.
You'd be Bill Gates rich, wouldn't you? You'd be still shopping the sales at Windsor's and shit.
Just keeping it
Fucking
all.
I'd buy
down
one of those
shoes.
big mansions, down on Beach Lawn, the ones that the owners of the Titanic used to live in, down in Crosby, the like 19.
On that walk to
bedrooms or
Freshfields
something.
Beach.
Yeah.
But then everyone knows. Then everyone knows. I'd buy a 3-bed shitty looking fucking bungalow.
You downgrade.
And then everyone would be like, Dan never has anyone round.
Undercover that.
Never has anyone round. You go through the bungalow, shithole, then out the back garden, then down into a fucking tunnel, then the mansion. Secret fucking layer. I just don't want
I'd fucking love to see you try and get planning permission off Chester Council for this. I want to buy a 3-bed and build an underground labyrinth.
Yeah, I want a layer.
Yeah, well, we've got all the pipes there. We've got all
Just
the sewers.
don't
We
want every
need all that.
cunt
No. We've got 100 mil just landed in my bank.
Yeah, I just don't want everyone knowing. I
That's
just
the
think
thing
it'd
on
be
this
annoying.
podcast. Sometimes your fantasies just get a bit unrealistic.